Hey everyone, we are live again at the Paste Studios. We're live right now with Ramy Essam. Ramy, thanks for being here, man.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, dude, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming and doing this. I know you've got a very busy couple of days in New York, including the show at Poisson Rouge tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So thanks for taking time to do this and make Paste Studios a part of your New York visit.
Sure.
Well, so we've got a ton to get into right now. Can you start by telling us a little bit about the first song that you're going to play today?
Okay, the first song it's called Taty Taty, and it's one of the most important songs I did in my life, I think. And especially that the lyrics never die, because it's talking about different kind of corruptions which exist everywhere in the world at the moment. And it was one of the most important songs I used in 2011 in the streets with the people when the movement started in Egypt. And it's the chorus saying Taty Rasak, Taty Taty, Inta Fatan Demokrati, which means like bow down your head, you are in a democratic country. لما تكون شغال بذمة خايف على مصلحة الأمة شغلك يطلع من غير لازمة علشان ما بيعلاش غير واطي تعطي راسك تعطي تعطي انت في وطن ديمقراطي ولما شقك يصبح مش ليك فقرك سد السكة عليك تتلف تلاقي حواليك اما حرامي او متعاطي تعطي راسك تعطي تعطي انت في وطن ديمقراطي ولما الجهلة يبقوا امامك او فوقك مسكين في زمامك يسوقك عالهلك امامك تشرب من السم السقراطي تعطي راسك تعطي تعطي انت في وطن ديمقراطي ولما الكلمة تكون بدينك لما تخبي في قلبك دينك لما الذل اشوفه في عينك هتحبطك على احباطي تعطي راسك تعطي تعطي انت في وطن ديمقراطي ولما حميها يكون حراميها وبلاده ورا ظهره رميها طالع نازل واكل فيها مسنود بالبدلة الظباطي تعطي راسك تعطي تعطي انت في وطن ديمقراطي تعطي راسك تعطي تعطي انت في وطن ديمقراطي تعطي راسك تعطي تعطي انت في وطن ديمقراطي. Thanks, bro. Thanks.
All right, dude, that sounds great, man. Thank you.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, can we talk? So before we dive into background, can we talk a little bit about how the relation of the way you're playing this right now, like the arrangement of this with you on your guitar, how this relates to maybe what you're doing on current albums versus what you did back in the day? I mean, how similar or how different is this from the album version of that song?
Yeah, this is so similar to the old days when in 2011 when people started to know about my music and about me. And it's always so special to be doing that because these days were the greatest days ever. And at the moment I'm doing it pretty different because now I record my music and my albums in with the full band versions, was like a full arrangement, and because I came first from a rock background music, that's my influence, and I'm doing that more now. But this one is the old sound from the streets, yeah.
Well, and so that brings us perfectly to, can we talk a little bit about your background and how the role that you played in the 2011 revolution in Egypt and what you were doing in terms of activism back then and what really got your voice in front of a lot of people. Can we talk a little bit about 2011 before we talk about the future?
Sure. Yes. I was super lucky to be part of the movement in Egypt, which is one of the greatest things ever happened in my life, and then for many others. And getting a chance to be in surviving a revolution, it's the best ever. I wish everybody can experience that. And how I got to the revolution in the beginning, I was just like, as everybody joined as Egyptian, just an individual without music at all. There was no space for the music in the beginning. And especially that I was in Mansoura, in my hometown, and when I decided to move to Cairo, to the Tahrir Square, to the capital, to join the big mass. I got the guitar with me, and I was lucky also that I had some political songs from before, but I wasn't known at all before the revolution. And these songs that I had from before that could really describe a lot about what's happening and what's going on, and describing the people's feelings, that gave me the chance when there was a stage in the Tahrir Square that I can be there with the guitar and start to sing, and to really experience for the first time like how much music can be so effective and can make change and can encourage people, and how much it's so powerful. I believed in that from before because music changed me a lot when I was listening to other musicians. But it was amazing to see the power of the music on the spot, on the streets, especially when you see a song like getting people together from all different backgrounds that they might never even meet or have a talk, but then in the end you see them as one person, like singing together as one voice. It was amazing and so powerful. So I'm so lucky that I got this chance.
Especially when, and I mean, we don't want to dive too deep into politics. You want to stick on the music part of it, but especially when that story, your song was calling for revolution or change in the government, which is exactly what happened. Where Mubarak in 2011 left power, and exactly what your song was advocating for is how it turned out. I mean, I know that it got hairy for you after the fact, and I promise we'll get right back to the music. But can we talk a little bit about imprisonment, torture, exile, all that shit that you went through, and it's still ongoing right now, but can you tell us a little bit about what happened after Mubarak left and the armed forces of Egypt took control of the country?
Yeah, like simply as because of my music, I faced some shit after, and that happened when I got arrested once and I got tortured, and this was a very bad experience for sure. But I'm so glad that I survived that day, and here I am. I'm still alive, and I'm still singing, and this day just made me stronger. And just to mention one thing, that I wasn't the only one that day. That was in March 2011, and there are many others that been tortured since 2011 till this moment, and there are like more than 60,000 political prisoners in Egypt at the moment. And so I'm here and I'm alive and I'm talking. And if we will talk about tortures, we can just try to remember everybody else and people that are in jail at the moment, and wish and ask for their freedom as soon as possible. So what I just want to say about my own experience, that what happened to me by being tortured because of my music, it just made me believe more of how music is so powerful and how it make authorities really scared.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, thank you. We're glad to have you here today. And you're sitting in the same seat. We had Tom Morello was here not that long ago.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw that video
yes.
that I sent over. He's waging a similar battle and using the power of music in similar ways to in this case to try to affect criminal justice reform in this country.
Yeah.
Which there's. I mean, I've been locked up in this country before, but I deserved it when that happened. I never once got tortured. I mean, it just sort of sucked the regular amount, man. There was no above and beyond kind of, there's no potential that I was going to be disappeared by my own government, So we very much thank you for bringing these songs to us. And so can we talk a little bit about the second song that you're going to play today?
Yes, just to mention Tom Morello, when I mentioned rock and my influences, like Rage Against the Machine for sure was one of the bands that I was listening to them before the revolution and for sure till now. So it's great to know that.
That was when I was pitching to try. I was hoping. I mean, this came together. I don't know if the audience knows this. There's no way they would, but this came together pretty quickly. And I was hoping that you were going to see that Tom Morello video. I just pitched it because I figured that you probably would dig it, and I'm glad that you did see it.
I checked the video for sure. Yeah.
Good.
It's amazing. I'm gonna sing a song that called Resala ila Magles Al-Amn, which is the title of my last album, and. This song is just talking about the lack of education and about people that can't write or read, and they didn't have any chance to study or to get to know the world more, and that's how the dictators try to control the world by not letting people to learn and to have good education, and that's so scary, because when you see the people that you're trying to fight for their freedom as well, they don't know their own rights. They don't know what freedom, real freedom, looks like, or how it feels, or what it is, and sometimes you can end up by normal people even not believing in the movements and not believing in the demonstrations and revolution for people that are fighting for their rights as well. So this song is, in English, it's a letter to the UN Security Council, and about a group of people that trying to write letters to people in charge in the UN Security Council, asking them to stop talking on behalf of them, because they don't understand their language when they talk on TV or radios, and just saying that maybe we don't know how to write freedom, but we carry our freedom. And being silent doesn't mean that we're weak, and one day we can go out to the streets and take our rights back. أرجو أن تصلك كلماتي رغم مشاغلك، يا مجلس أمن الأمم المتحدة. ليست هذه أولى رسالتي. أرجو أن تصلك كلماتي رغم مشاغلك، يا مجلس أمن الأمم المتحدة. ليست هذه أولى رسالتي. هانذا الإنسان الدامي، سن الجهل سيوف الحكام على صمتي، ومن الظلمة خلق الظلم ونخاسي. أصبحت بلا علم أتبع وسواسي. أصبحت عدوا لصديقي فأنا لا أعرف سواتي. أصبحت غريبا في طريقي، غيري يقرأ لي بصلاتي، يختار لجهلي وجهاتي. يا مولاي يا مولاي، أمين المجلس والأمناء جميعا، في كل أمانات خيانة أحلامي. يا مولاي أمين المجلس والأمناء جميعا، في كل أمانات خيانة أحلامي. قد لا أفهم كل الكلمات بتلفازي، لكن أعلم أن هوى السجن ثقيل. قد لا أعرف أن أكتب كلمة حرية، لكني أحمل معناها. فاعلم أن اليوم سيمضي، غدا قد ينفلت زمامي. يا مولاي فلتحذرني. يا مولاي فلتحذرني يا مولاي فلتحذرني Thanks.
All right, Ramy, thank you. This sounds great.
Brad. Thanks,
yeah.
brother.
Yeah. So can we? I mean, we know now a bit more about your background. Our listeners, watchers, viewers know a little more about your background. Can we talk about the story that is ongoing? I don't want to say too much about it because I don't want to get the words wrong and potentially put anybody else in peril. I want you to say most about it.
Yeah.
But there's a story that's ongoing with one of your collaborators, which I'll let you take the floor and tell us a little bit about what's going on right now with Galel.
Yeah. So sad that my friend and my brother-in-law, and that I did many songs with him, is Galel Bahiri, and at the moment when we are here free, he is in jail, and he is in jail because of a song, just a song, and he's in jail as well because of his poetry book, and now it's more than 300 days in jail, and he got sentenced already from a military court by 3 years. And just wishing that he would be free as soon as possible, and that his days in jail will be easier. And Galel is not the only one in jail. In Egypt, as I mentioned before, there are tons of political prisoners in Egypt and outside Egypt. There are many artists in jail for sure all over the world. And it just feels so sad and wrong that he is there and I'm here. And it's so sad to see the country without freedom of expression, which is basic human rights. And I'm so proud of any artists that still in a crazy dictator country that's still making art and supporting the people and the human rights and fighting for freedom. And at the same time, it's sad to see the West and like many countries that have the chance of the freedom of expression, but there is lack of political music in the world at the moment. I think even here in the States, like it's a big country, and for sure there are artists there that are doing great job. But
who are you listening to right now? I mean, we talked a little bit about Tom Morello as sort of one of the kings of the hill in terms of political protest music. But who else? Who are you listening to? Who are some of the artists that are really inspiring you?
From the old days, for sure, like Rage Against the Machine and System of a Down as well.
I hear some surge, a little bit of surge in your voice. I was listening a lot on Spotify this morning and over the weekend. I was hearing Eugene from Gogol Bordello a little bit and a lot of surge in it as well. When you really get in there and lean and scream into the mic.
It makes me happy to hear that. Good. Surge is huge to me. And I was so happy to see also Tom Morello getting back with Prophet of Rage, and that was really good. And at the moment, I really want to see more artists in the States and all over the world to raise up the voice of the people and do that more and more. It's so needed. So I just wish to see that more, and I'm wishing the free Galel. Yeah.
Well, so can you tell us a little bit about the third song that you're going to do? I mean, this was a collaboration between you and Galel, right?
Yeah, it's the song that's called Segn Bel Alwan, which means the colorful present, and Galel did a really good job in the lyrics, and it's a very important song for me and for him and for many others, I think. And it's about women and girls in prison that we had many many girls and women in prison as well in Egypt, and just concerning the same topic, we are a man country, a masculine country,
masculine world, really.
Yeah, that's true. And in Egypt is a bad scale, and the revolution was amazing. That it helped a lot to many people to change their mentality and to start to believe in equality and to know more that we will never have a healthy society without having real equality, and it was so inspiring from many girls and women in prison when they came out and talked about their stories, and it was so inspiring for so many people, and I was so happy to see many men changing their mentality concerning the equality. And this song is supporting girls and women in prison in Egypt and all over the world, and it's for Galal because he's in jail now as well.
Right, love to hear it.
Yes. سجن فيه وردة على بابه فيه سجان كل السجون وحدة ده سجن بالألوان 4 حيطان من نور بتبارك العصيان ليه الطيور بتحج وتصاحب القضبان سجن في وردة على بابه في سجان كل السجون وحدة ده سجن بالألوان 4 حيطان من نور بتبارك العصيان ليه الطيور بتحج وتصاحب القضبان لن تحبس وردة يا دولة العميان يا وطن يا محتل يا شعب غلبوا النوم الليل عليكم هل والحكم فيه للبوم كل الرجال سلموا سنة بطولها تقوم تكشف ضلال كدبكم وتحارب الفرعون هي دولة المتاعيس العارفة أفكاركم المجد للمحابيس طول ما نفكركم يا دولة المتاعيس العارفة أفكاركم المجد للمحابيس طول ما نفكركم واللي فعدتوا الذل ما تقوملهوش قومة الثورة هي الحل وابقوا اسألوا دوما لن تحبسوا وردة يا دولة العميان يا وطن يا محتل يا شعب غلبوا النوم الليل عليكم هل والحكم فيه للبوم كل الرجال سلموا سنة بطولها تقوم تكشف ضلال كدبكم وتحارب الفرعون Thanks.
All right, thank you, man.
Thanks.
So you find yourself right now. You're living in Sweden. You're
Sweden and
in exile right
Yeah.
now. Can you talk a little bit about what you've been able to do from your new home? I don't know if you even consider it your home country, but the country you're living in right now. Can you talk a little bit about what you've been able to do for other artists in terms of advocating for artists who are trying to use their voices in different parts of the world who might squash freedom of expression? Some of the organizations you're working with, or some of the actions you're taking to help other artists express themselves.
Yeah, like for sure, living in Sweden and Finland, I had great opportunities to record and with amazing musicians and amazing studios and to to learn a lot from the music scene there. And thanks for the social media era that I could stay in touch and connected with my people back home. And
There's comments from Norway right now. There's nobody commenting from Sweden or Finland right now, but
it's from Norway. Okay.
Yeah, dude, my father-in-law is a Norwegian dude. He's watching. Hey, Shell, we see you. And there's a couple comments from Norway as well. So that part of the world is tuned in right
back
now.
To them. Thanks. And social media is that we mentioned. It's extremely important for being away from home and still being able to be connected. And when you mentioned organizations, like there are many great organizations that supporting artists at risk, or like people that are suffering because of their political art all over the world. And like, for example, in my case, I had back home in Sweden and Finland, like I had Icorn, and I had also Free Muse from Denmark. I had in Finland Perpetuum Mobile and also Penn International and Penn in Finland. They were very supporting for me all the time, and even supporting for Galal case also. And here the Artistic Freedom Initiative, the AFI, the organization that are like human rights activists and academics and lawyers and artists that are working to support, to raise the freedom of expression for artists all over the world. And they are the one that hosting me here to do the show tomorrow. And,
right. So Poisson Rouge in the West Village tomorrow. It's 8:00. If you're watching and in the New York area right now, that's you and I'm sorry, it's slipping in my brain right now, but the Iranian sisters that you're playing along. Abjis,
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And they are really like, one of them, she is in Stockholm, she is in Sweden, and we are friends already from there. So it's we played before together, so it's so good to do that again on stage. And just mentioning the organizations, I would like to really advise the musicians that doesn't have any connections with these kind of organizations to really take a chance and do that, because sometimes as artists we don't know all the rights, and sometimes it's so hard to get even visas and to travel, and these organizations help so much with these things. So I think they have to give it a try and get in touch with those people. Yeah.
Well, thank you for everything that you're doing over here. I'm stoked that you're here. I'm stoked you're playing. I'm probably going to see you at Poisson Rouge tomorrow.
Yeah, you're so
but I'm really
there.
happy that this is happening now.
Yeah.
And so speaking about your exile in Sweden, I guess that leads us pretty perfectly maybe into the last song that you're going to play today, right?
That's true. It's called Lessa Bahinlha, which means I still belonging to her, and her here is Egypt, is my home, my country that I'm away now for more than 4 years, and it's hard to be away from home, and especially that I don't know at the moment when I will be back and how, but I'm counting days to be back home because it's home, and I wish that everybody can be always going home and anytime they want. And this song is just talking about the things that we miss back home. كيفي في ساعة الصبحية انزل على القهوة اللي في حارتي ريحة الفول والطعمية افطر واتمزج بسجارتي ياي هسلم على ناسي واهلي واصبح على جاري وجارتي الحلوة تشوفني وتندهلي مظبوطة ساعتها على ساعتي ياي هتمشى معاها ونتكلم اضحك واحكي لها وتحكيلي لحد الدنيا ما تضل ما اسكت فتقول طب غنيلي يا ليل يا ليل هغني فشف لمعة عينها الاقيها تصلي وتدعيلي هتوشوش كده بيني وبينها عن سهر الحب ولياليه واطمن كل اللي شاغلها ما انا صايع اصلي في حواريه تضحك وتقول عارفك شاعر تلعب بالكلمة وتفاصيلها تسلك في متاهة وتشاطر تحبكها وترجع تلايمها انا اصلا مشكلتي في عينها تاخدني بلاد وتوديني وبلادي اللي انا اصلا منها بيعني وبتطلع عيني انا اصلا مشكلتي في عينها تاخدني بلاد وتوديني وبلادي اللي انا اصلا منها بيعني وبتطلع عيني سبتك يا حبيبتي وسبتيني وانا عاشق لسه بحن لها محتاج تحضني تخبيني ايه انا هرجع تاني على الحارة لريحة الفول والطعمية انا زي السمكة في سنارة ياي انا هرجع تاني على الحارة لريحة الفول والطعمية انا زي السمكة في سنارة طلعت روحها برا المية
Right, man. Thank you very much for making the time to come in here and do this. And we're happy to use this platform to amplify your voice when you're out there in the world, spreading a really important message and helping other artists to spread their messages. Who are, people, artists maybe living under regimes that squash down artistic expression. So we're stoked to help amplify your voice as you're out here on the front lines doing it.
Thanks for the support.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So you've got Poisson Rouge is happening tomorrow night at 8:00. You go on, and then you've got a ton of things happening. You're gonna be at the Montreal Folk Alliance in February. Shows in DC, Boston, New York, and you're teaching at Berkeley. You're teaching at Cornell. I mean, there is a good opportunity for the East Coast and for the Midwest and Canada also to check you out. I mean, you're out there at a lot of institutions of higher learning and everywhere. I mean, all those dates, all the information's up at RamyEssamVoice.com. We'll drop a link into the comment section here also, so people can check it out. And best of luck to you as you're out there spreading the word. And dude, come back if you've got time in New York. It's a standing offer. We'd love to see you here at any point. And
sure,
we really appreciate these 4 songs, man. Yes. Have a great time on the road. Travel safely, and hopefully we see you back here again soon.
Thanks, Brad. Thanks a lot.